Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. We're high rolling today.
Oh yeah, really displaying some wealth today. And, we get comments on every single video. No matter what bottle we're tasting, somebody says, that's not worth the money to me. Mm-hmm. Totally fair. However, when we talk about really expensive bottles, particularly bourbons, that's like 50% of the comments. Now, some people get really excited about these special edition, really expensive whiskeys. Some people could care less about them. That we totally understand. The point of today's video is that we have these unique, semi-rare, expensive bourbons. Every single one of these we spent more than $150 on. We're going to tell you whether it's worth it to us to have these whiskeys. Mm-hmm. And there's probably going to be a lot of conflicted opinions in this one. Value is in the eye of the whiskey holder, and that's the bottom line. If it's worth it to you, then it's worth it.
Totally.
But we're going to share today whether these were all worth it to us or not. And I wasn't going to pour them. I was just going to go off of our experience. And Julie said, we have the whiskey. We might as well drink it.
Well, the thing is that I won't remember what they taste like. So I could tell you, I love Four Roses. Worth it. But is it worth it? And so I just poured just a little of each. I thought it would be fun to retaste them.
Yeah.
And knowing the price point, now we're further along in our journey. A lot of the bottles we bought 2021, 2022, once from 23, once from 24. So the majority of our expensive purchases were early on in our whiskey journey.
Yes.
So I am curious if they're worth it.
Yeah, and these are all bourbons. We paid for every single one of these ourselves. None of these were gifted to the channel. So the ones that we left off this list were things that were gifted, things that weren't bourbons. Anyways, let's get to the top of this list. Starting on the right side here, the Do Not Disturb glass. What do we got in here?
We have the Bardstown Bourbon, triple blended stave finish. I do remember this one. We were on not our first trip to Kentucky, but our first longer bourbon-specific trip to Kentucky.
First trip as the Bourbon Fan.
Popped in at the bar, had some snacks, had a few pours, had my first birthday bourbon.
Yeah, you did.
And tasted this and decided, let's take a flyer on it.
Yeah, and this one, this was our first major purchase for the channel. This is 2021 Bardstown Distillery Collection, triple blended stave finish, 109 proof. It's a blend of 7, 12, 6, and 17-year whiskeys. It was so good when we tried it there. Yeah. And this one, we bought this for $200.
That seems crazy, especially during that time.
Yeah, it was a keepsake from a distillery. Yeah. I think that's what had us hyped for it.
We've drank quite a bit too, so we're in the lower shoulder of it. So, and I haven't had this in a few years. So.
It's been 4 years of having this bottle, and we haven't even gotten halfway through it. I think we held on to it for a long time because we spent so much money on it. Satisfying enough, but finishing it with the oak staves there made it a unique thing. And I don't know if you guys remember 2021. There were a few toasted things out there, but there weren't as many as there are now. Yeah. And so it seemed a little more novel as we were driving around. And again, we were early in our bourbon collection at that point. So we were kind of just grabbing anything that we saw that we thought might be unique. But I would say at this point, I would not buy that again personally.
Have you tried it?
No.
Because I probably would buy it.
Really? For $200 again?
The flavors are just lovely and luscious, but they're not overpowering. There was no weird edges on the palate. I forgot about this one, and literally 2 weeks ago I was like, I wonder if that one tastes good still. I don't know. That one's pretty delicious.
It is great. And
good tobacco too.
Yeah, there's a lot to like there, and we do like Bardstown. For me, I just don't see a $200 value here. I think it's a very nice bourbon, very enjoyable, and it looks great on the shelf. There's a lot of nice things about it, but $200, I just don't see it. I don't see it being a more than two-figure bottle. Anything over $100 should be really, really astounding. I think this is great.
Yeah.
But I don't really see the value there.
Yeah, I really love the black cherry. It's a little bit juicy.
You're still finding tasting notes.
No, I know, but it's just really juicy. And so Is it worth $200? I'm not sure. Maybe at the end I'll make my final judgment call.
Okay, I'm not going to put any kind of limiting qualifications on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I wouldn't spend $200 for this again, but I will say that when you're at a distillery, you tend to buy things you might not buy otherwise.
Yes,
we like to bring home
100%.
unique products. This was distillery only, to my knowledge, and we did taste everything that they had there, and this was the best thing at that time. So in that moment, yes, it made sense, but I can't imagine doing that, purchasing that whiskey again. But maybe we'll change our minds here. I'm glad that we're tasting these as we go.
I know. And to be fair, generally, if it's an expensive bottle, it just sits on the shelf because I'm not too afraid, but I'm just like, ugh, once we drink it, it's gone. So I'm glad that we're drinking it. And I'm going to look at these, if you go price per day from when you purchased it.
Then these are super
down
affordable.
To we're down to like pennies a day now.
Yeah, look at you finding the real value.
Pleasantly surprised on that one.
Oh, good. Let's see if we can keep surprising you. Maybe you'll see every single one of these is worth the
Value-worthy.
value. What do we got here in glass number 2?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, careful with that one. Be very extra careful with that one.
You can't do this one without doing that fancy. Ooh.
Is that locked in? I just have to double check because I've put it away without locking it in before. And
Oh,
I
I
always
did.
panic about it. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew you did.
Yeah. The
This
choir is singing. The lights have, glowed on the bottle. Whatever. It's your fave.
This is Heaven Hill, aged 17 years, Heritage Collection Bourbon 2022 edition. And this is 118.2 proof, aged more than 17 years. This whiskey, I will tell you right now, somebody asked me the other day, what's your favorite bourbon of all time? I didn't even hesitate. It's this.
Yeah.
We
almost didn't
You
pour
have to
it.
get this out from in front of me because I'll just drink the whole thing right now.
Honestly, I didn't even pour it for the lineup because it feels like it doesn't matter. We're going to say yes.
Yeah. This bottle, by the way, is our absolute most expensive bottle. It's the most we've ever spent on a bourbon. This is a $275 bottle. And
That is a lot.
the thing is, I was aware that this was going to be a one and done. We were never going to be able to find this again. And I had a hunch that this was going to be very, very good. And I haven't been interested in the other ones. The corn whiskey that they put out last year, the wheat whiskey that they put out this year, those really didn't do anything for me. But seeing this one and realizing that it was the first time they were doing these special releases, and knowing how much I love Elijah Craig Barrel Proof and how much Heaven Hill stuff generally hits my palate, especially more than yours.
Yeah.
For me, it was absolutely, I was going to buy this bourbon.
Yeah.
And I would say that if I got an opportunity to buy another bottle of this specific one at $275, I'd do it again because it's my favorite bourbon of all time.
Yeah, I was going to say on this one, Heaven Hill, definitely your flavor profile. What I find interesting about this is that I actually liked the palate of the Bardstown better than the 17 year. However, this one tastes special. Like that's my thing.
That
Like
cherry's amazing.
Yeah, I for my palate, that Bardstown really was lovely and all the flavors that I really like, but I drank that one thinking, oh, I'm not sure if I like this one as much, but the experience of it and just the enjoyment of drinking it and just what it brought to the table felt more elegant, so thus felt like it was worth more money.
To me,
That made sense.
it sounded good. It was a little bit of a word salad, but that's okay. This whiskey is a little bit of a fruit salad.
Yeah.
And it's almost, the texture is almost this weird, fuzzy effervescence. Like it's almost like eating cotton candy, the way that like cotton candy kind of like turns into sugar on your tongue. This does the same thing. It's the oddest experience. It's a great experience. It's one that we've enjoyed sharing with folks when we've had whiskey drinkers over. And it's, to me, this is what really special bourbon is all about.
Yeah.
Super well aged, but taken care of during those years so that it's not bitter. It's just layered, complex, and absolutely delicious. $275 is awfully steep, but of all of the really expensive whiskeys we've bought, this is the one that I've enjoyed the most. So to me, this one is worth it.
I love it.
Is it worth it to you?
So I want to say yes because you're so passionate about it, but I feel like I'm covered off because you're already going to buy it, so I get to enjoy it. For me, this one doesn't hit my palate as wonderfully as it hits yours. So $2.75 for me to say like, wow, this feels elegant, but I'm not 100% on board with the palate. I don't know if I would spend that $2.75 for it, but knowing that you're spending the $2.75, I feel great.
Let's just take each other out of the equation here. For this one, for me, it's a buy. For you, it's definitely not.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Definitely not.
Okay. You'd have to be in the right mood.
Yeah.
And with a whole lot of money at the liquor store for some reason.
Somebody else's money.
Okay, fair.
So the next one we're going to taste is Old Forester Birthday Bourbon. And I got to tell you, this was my number one disappointment probably in my whole whiskey journey.
Yeah.
It was a dream to even taste one at the bar, which ironically we got to taste at Bardstown.
Yeah.
Then we got the opportunity to purchase one.
Yeah.
And I feel like we are doomed when we get special editions or whatever, because twice we've gotten different things that nobody could get their hands on, and I feel like it's the worst of the bunch. I feel sad about saying it, not my favorite. I can already tell you I'm going to say no on this one.
The 2023 release of Birthday Bourbon from Old Forester. It's 12 years aged, 96 proof. We spent $170 for it.
Not worth it.
And we thought it was going to be great. We love Old Forester. We love Old Forester's more youthful whiskeys, quite honestly. And we had tried it at Bardstown, and the version that we got to try was great.
Yeah.
This one, though, is so seriously bitter and over oaked. We've shared it with folks because we thought maybe it was just our palates for a while, and we still find things to like the longer it's open. We do find that it's improved a little bit with some oxygen, but I will say that we were very disappointed. We don't dislike it, but just seriously disappointed for $170, and this influenced us. We've had the opportunity to buy Old Forester's 1924 product, which is 10 years aged, several times now. We've passed on it every time because we said if 12 years makes it taste that way, 10 years probably isn't going to be much better for our palates. Again, it's a palate choice. 1910, 1920, Statesman. Those are the bottles that we really celebrate from Old Forester. This one missed that mark by a lot.
Yeah, I was really disappointed in this one. And again, we're looking at it in the taste versus the price.
We haven't even sipped it, I just realized.
I know what it could be, and I know people celebrate it, and it's great. I just feel like our batch was not the best they've done.
It's odd. It's just not something that I gravitate toward. So if you've got the 2023 batch and you like it, more power to you. And we know we've shared this with a couple of folks that have actually enjoyed it. Just doesn't hit our palates at all. So $170. I will never buy another Old Forester Birthday Bourbon.
Unless I get to taste it first and it really wows me.
But because
then you might convince me. But
this experience is an absolutely no for me, especially at $170.
Yeah.
No way. I just don't think it's there.
I'm bummed about it too. Because it is a cool bottle, and I love Old Forester.
All right, really the impetus for this video is the fact that I just saw that this year's release is coming back for Four Roses. I don't anticipate getting a chance to buy it. They're very rare out there, but we were lucky enough to get 2021 and 2022. This is Four Roses limited edition small batch barrel strength 2021 release and 2022 release. The 2021 was 114.2 proof and a blend of 12 to 16 year bourbons, and we got it for $160.
Okay.
The 2022 was 109 proof, 14 to 20 year blend, and $180.
So $20 over 1 year.
$20 more. Of course, you're getting more well-aged bourbon, so if you're looking at the value there, I guess that works out. My thought was that the 2021 was so spectacular at $160, it really felt like a special whiskey to me. The flavors were off the charts. The satisfaction level was incredible. The way it coats, the finish is there. Everything was there that I really liked. 2022, good flavor, good bourbon, but it doesn't deliver like that 2021 did. And I think that's why we have so much more of the 2021 left, because we realized pretty early on that that was a really special whiskey.
Four Roses is an interesting one for me because I give it a little bit of leeway. There's not many Four Roses single barrels, special editions, baselines that I haven't liked. It is one of those brands where I'm like, they do it well.
Yes.
And they're not being crazy, and they're not giving you crazy flavors. Like, it just tastes like bourbon, and it's lovely.
Well, one thing that does happen is that we've had a great opportunity here in Oregon to snag some barrel strength single barrels. And we get those in the neighborhood of
So good.
$70, $75, $80, depending on the year that we've purchased them in. They're always good. Dynamite. My question is this experience $100 better than that experience? Maybe it's just because we've been fortunate to get those barrel strength single barrels. I don't find it. I don't find the value there. This is one of those single barrel strengths right here. It's Oregon OESK, bottled for Bend, Oregon in October of 2022. OESK, aged 10 years, 8 months. This one we got for about half the price of 2021 and even less of 2022's price. And it's so good, I can't imagine that either one of these is that much better than this.
I agree with you. I don't know if it would be worth $100. Now, if I was choosing between the two, the 2021 is the one that I would go with.
Yes. I was actually sitting here before this video saying in my head, the 2021, yes, I think it's $160. That's a good value for it. The 2022 at $180, it's a no.
Yeah.
I think I still am on that train, but those barrel strength single barrels, if you can find them, not only are they so good and delicious and a great value, I think, but if you had the choice between one of these and one of those single barrels, maybe because we've owned this bottle and so I'm a little bit fortunate in that way, I would go for the barrel strength single barrel.
If you're a collector and you can find these, great. If you're an everyday drinker and you stumble upon them and you want to spend the extra money, I'm not going to say you're going to be disappointed. You won't be.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really glad that we have them, and every so often we do reach for them just for like a fun little experience, I suppose.
Well, we've sent them in flights and sample flights and things like that too. It is a great whiskey to share because they're rare. So few people get to try them. I understand that there's an allure to that. But for me, it's single barrel strength if you can find it, or even just the regular single barrels.
Yeah.
There's so much satisfaction in that whiskey. It's really hard to say that I would buy these again.
Yeah, because you can get two of the other.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is my times two with that birthday bourbon.
This is the one that you were talking about. Yeah, that when we bought it, we were really excited about it, and then it turns out after tasting all the other batches, this was the worst batch to acquire a single bottle of. This is Wild Turkey 1. Master's Keep Toasted Oak Finish, 101 proof. We're going way back in time on this one. I think this came out in 2021.
Okay.
Whenever it came out, that's when we got this one. And we paid $180 for that. It's a blend of 9-year and 14-year bourbon with a toasted barrel finish.
I will say, this is the one I'm most curious about because it did not perform in the blind.
It got smoked in the
blind. It got
blind.
smoked. I mean, like, immediately we're like, last place. The leeway I give with this is that I love Wild Turkey.
Sure.
One of our favorite distilleries. You know, there's not many things that they do that I'm like, I don't like it.
Completely
I only
agree.
was mad because the other ones were so much better. And then this is the one that we had.
Yeah, this one, it's a toasted bourbon. It's lovely. It's delightful. It's a share it with your special friends and family when they come around. But I will say, for $180, it's a no. It's an easy no for me. They make so much good whiskey. That's not a $180 bottle, in my opinion. I would never pay that again. And actually, that scared me off from a couple of the other Master's Keep releases. It's great, but it's disappointing for that price.
Do you know, the first thing that came into my mind is that I'd rather be drinking the 101 rye. Or like, that's a 20, I don't know what it is now, but like $27 bottle.
I mean, you save yourself $155.
Yeah, on this one, the flavor profile for me just does not hit the mark, and it doesn't really taste Wild Turkey to me. I just don't enjoy it. This is a no for me.
Yeah, easy no. Value's not there, period. Don't have to say much more than that. We love Wild Turkey, but this, for us, is a big mess.
But because we love Wild Turkey so much, we're giving it another shot.
Yeah, this is the most recent high-priced bottle that we've brought in the house. Got this in 2024. This is Russell's Reserve 15, and I know there's been various batches of it here and there. I keep hitting the microphone. That's what professionals do. Russell's Reserve 15-year limited release 2024 bourbon, 117.2 proof, and we paid $250 for it. I really wanted this to hit my palate the way the first batch of Russell's 13 did, which we got considerably cheaper. Under $100, actually, we got that one for. And I kind of hoped that it would have a similar effect to the Heaven Hill 17. A couple more years of aging, nice high proof. It is good whiskey. There's no doubt about it. This is really good whiskey. And then again, this is a great one to pull out at a bottle share. Bring it out when your friends and family are around. I know this is a great whiskey, and I am conflicted on this one.
Yeah, this is the one that's a little bit tricky for us because we've been very forthcoming on how much we really like the Russell's 13, and we prefer it above the 15.
Mm-hmm.
And now we don't have the 13 out right now.
And most people are getting the 13 for, I think I saw it for $170 recently.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, we've passed on that one too, just because of the price.
The age is very present in this one. So this
super present.
Yeah, so this is the one where we could definitely split. Where for me, I don't think, based on my palate, what I look for in whiskey, my aversion to super aged, very well aged whiskey, this one doesn't hit my palate. So for me, it's a no. Mm-hmm. But I also can appreciate having this dram in front of me and understanding this is good whiskey.
The allure for me to the Wild Turkey brand is not huge special edition bottles.
Yeah.
We've gotten a couple. We've been fortunate to get the 13, the 15, the 1. We've been fortunate to get our hands on those bottles. But what sets Wild Turkey apart to me, 101 bourbon, 101 rye, rare breed bourbon, Russell's 10, Russell's single barrels. These are the bourbons that I cut my teeth on when it came to learning how to enjoy whiskey. And they're affordable, they're reasonable, and they're delicious. Mm-hmm. And that's the Wild Turkey profile that I know. And this type of thing, even though that's a very, very tasty bourbon, and it's a great, interesting twist on Wild Turkey flavors for me, that's not really the Wild Turkey that I know and love so much. And for me, for $250, fun experience, I guess, but this was not worth the money, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And I kind of wish that I'd left it on the shelf for somebody else to enjoy. I think that people are going to be a little upset with us on this one to say that I don't find a $250 value in this Russell's 15. We've passed on that. We've passed on Russell's 13 again, and I really don't feel bad about it because Rare Breed and 101 and all that stuff is so good.
Yeah, and I will say, in defense of the Russell's 13, it's not that we didn't find the previous version delicious. We were more being obstinate about the price. It literally doubled in price from year over year, and that was more of like an irritation. Yeah. I'm not going to buy it because I'm irritated about the price point versus like I didn't like last year's edition. So, something to chew on there, Wild Turkey.
I don't even know if that was Wild Turkey. I think that might have been the state of Oregon deciding to cash in. But the bottom line is, $250 for this is a no for us. And so there you go. There's 7 bottles that we talked about. Do you want to revisit Bardstown now? What do you think?
So ironically, I was just thinking the only one that I would probably rebuy and think was worth the price is the Bardstown, in my opinion. A close second would be the Four Roses, but Agreed. I think that the Four Roses barrel strength ones that are half the price are just as delicious. Yeah. So in this lineup, congratulations, Bardstown. You're the only one that I would repurchase if I could.
And I think that I'm going the same way. Heaven Hill 17 is the one for me that I would do again. Mm-hmm. And it just, when it comes to expensive whiskey, you really hope it hits your palate. And for some of us, that one bottle in the lineup of 7 here did. Yeah. And that just goes to show that when it comes to expensive whiskey, if you're on the fence about it and you're going, I can get 4 bottles of Wild Turkey 101 bourbon for that price,
sometimes that's a better value.
Probably better off sticking with it. And so, I think that's the lesson or the message of this video from us to you is we used to get a lot of FOMO when it came to these special edition bottles.
I'm less FOMO now.
I have very little FOMO these days. And we do acquire some $110, $120, $150 bottles here and there. It's because of this channel. Most of the time, we wouldn't buy those bottles, honestly, if it wasn't for this channel. So that's why it was important for us to state exactly where we were finding value in these bottles today. And we hope we didn't make too many of you too upset. But let us know when it comes to bottles, bourbons specifically, that you spent more than $150 on. Which ones did you find or not find value in? We'd love to see it all in the comments because FOMO is very real in Whiskey Tube, and we're trying to help out with that in a little bit if we can. So which one was the Heaven Hill 17 in before we do the sign off here?
Wait, let me read it. It is the Patreon glass.
All right, I'm taking that one.
All right, and I'm going to do, why not end with some Wild Turkey?
From wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers.
just going to go sit with that by myself in the corner for a while.